crazy, go crazy, go crazy, no crazy, no crazy, no crazy, Happy Monday, Weekly Shonen. My Hero's on break next week, but it's up now. But the thing is, it's not really much to talk about, so I'm just gonna like speed blitz this video as quickly as I can. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. My Hero 369. Yeah, not really much has happened. We get like the death of the second user or third user, I can't remember. Their numbers do not matter to me, but we get this guy's death scene. We get more anger from AFO, and apparently things are left up to Spinner now, which is cool because he really needed something to do. You know, he especially when his character has been more so like the person who's been like, damn, I feel like I haven't done anything. I feel like, you know, I'm just this regular guy. I have to, you know, figure out something. And since the last time we saw him, we kind of set him up to be like the mutant of mutants, right? Like the leader of the mutants. It's kind of cool that, you know, he's coming into play now. I like his like more bulky design. It seems like he's gonna turn the tables here in the way that I thought the Sad Man's Parade would. I'm still holding on to that, but it seems like he's gonna turn the tables here. And I just really like the fact that this user, the second or third user, again, it doesn't really matter, but I should probably know this. But the second user, he has a meta ability, but this is a really meta contextual conversation that he's having with Deku and AFO, where he's just like, you got your shot in, you got your main character shot in, but you know, this is about to get serious now. The villain needs his time to you know, do his damage to you and make you seem like you're on the ropes here. So appreciate that. It looks like AFO is about to crack another physical evolution here, which is great, because if he can back Deku up a bit now, then whatever Spinner does, right? I'm assuming he's gonna Shikamaru's dad Aizawa right now. He's gonna go there and dunzo. Someone's gonna die there, or either way, the end result, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but the end result is supposed to be what the setup is gonna be like to what the setup, it's set up to have him go over there and disrupt Aizawa's clerk so that, you know, AFO can run freely. But if he's able to crack this evolutionary boundary, like this physical boundary now, and then put Deku on the ropes and then on top of that have his quirks restored, then, you know, we're in for something serious. We might see some actual death, right? Miriko, I've been watching the anime, and it's like, I don't want to go back to read these chapters to see if Miriko's like really been like death flagging it up since her you know, her entrance into the hospital and fighting Garaki. But either way, I don't care. I feel like the anime is really hyping it up to, or really like milking this idea that she's really ready to die, just so that we can have an excuse to be like, oh, her death was foreshadowed, or her death was properly set up, when really I would rather have Bakugo dead. I would rather have Bakugo alive in general, but in this situation, I would rather have it that Bakugo be the one who dies, because she doesn't really matter. Bakugo for Edshot and Miriko, it doesn't really matter to me, because those heroes are about to become relevant anyway. But that's my rant for the day. But yeah, I really like this. I like this setup here. I appreciate that, again, along with this meta ability that we have here, this meta quirk, sorry, that it also reveals that Deku can warp space and time. Not space and time, but like, it's so powerful that it's gonna warp the space around them. So I like that. You also have like really OD brolic Shigaraki AFO here, who's like, you know, he kind of looks like Luffy when he's like doing his buff thing in Gear 5. So that's pretty cool too. But again, not too much to really talk about there. Let's move on to Jujutsu Kaisen 200. Wow, I cannot believe that we are here. I cannot believe that we, in terms of the US, are here in Japan invading for their cursed oil. That was the greatest comment I think I've ever seen. But again, I guess, so thank goodness for comment section of the totally legal site that we use to read this stuff on, because I wouldn't have noticed the February tag. I'm trying to look for it now. Yeah, like if I didn't go back to read, or if I didn't just read the comments right away, I wouldn't have noticed that this is a time skip. We have Kenjaku visiting what seems like China the last time we saw him. I thought it was the UN, but he's speaking a different language. So we had him visit China. Now we have him visiting the US. And basically, I'm assuming telling them the same thing that he told China, which is like, we have this really great energy source. We have this battery. His name is Gojo. We really would like to utilize him. And we would like you to help that, or else you're going to fall behind. It seems like he's just going to these nations and being like, yo, either get on board or you're going to lose the next war type of thing. So I don't know if this is a joint army that is, just seeping into Tokyo right now, because it seems like you got 807 people. It's probably just going to continue to like in the thousands, but you have all these people flooding. It has to be someone's military or a joint military or two militaries that are about to duke it out in Tokyo, because they're like, wait, you're here? Like that'd be the best case scenario for me, because then it's like really all out war. As the players are trying to travel between colonies, they're just like running into all these civilians, or not civilians, sorry, these troops. But that's cool. I like this progression here. I like the fact that the reveal of this ambush thing, because I said last week that if your plan is going too well, you're walking into an ambush, and it was pretty apparent by then last week that this whole releasing Gojo to get rid of Sukuna, but you can't get rid of Sukuna without Gojo. Like this whole this cyclical problem that they're going to run into is very apparent from last week. So it was a joke. I'm not calling a W there. But what I do appreciate, and what I am taking as a W, is this whole interaction between Yuji and Megumi. Just this charade battle. This little charade tactic that Yuji uses. It's great. It's great. You even have Takaba here, who's like, he has no idea what's going on. This is a great moment. Again, can't wait to see this stuff animated, but I can appreciate the manga right now. But yeah, just looking into this stuff, man. I don't know what Kenjaku's plan is. I'm assuming that it's not as simple as like trying to use cursed energy as replace renewable energy or fossil fuel energy with cursed energy, because after what he's done to Tokyo or Japan, it doesn't seem like I think I said Tokyo too many times, but after what he's done to Japan, it doesn't seem like there's going to be much use of this energy anyway. I guess you could use Gojo if you free him, right? But why the hell free Gojo? Like, it's such a weird plan, and I know that he's only telling everyone half of his, half the story to get them on board. So obviously you can't take things at face value, especially with the big bad of the arc or the big bad of the whole series, right? So just have to try to piece it together. I might make another video to try and do that, but I think I'll be tied up this week with Chainsaw Man and Bleach, and just celebrating, and I'll probably just release a couple of videos just getting hammered watching the episodes, just being like, I can't believe this is happening. But I'll get into that at the end. But yeah, great plan, great chapter. I would like to see how this is going to progress. This is I'm glad that this isn't on break next week, because getting a break in between the first round for Deku and Shigaraki is pretty cool. It's they're round one, and this is them going back and icing and then coming back for round two. So it's cool timing for a break there. This right here, Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm glad that we don't have a break next week, because I'd be in shambles. I doubt that we're going to get more of Kenjaku, but I really just want to see how the players are reacting to this, because again, we do have this time skip. We have from November, December, January, February. We have a 3-month time skip. So what has happened at that point, right? We don't have much time in the culling game. So what could possibly have happened? Are we going to go back in time? Are we going to keep moving forward? If we keep moving forward, I really just need to see what the players have done, how they've established themselves. Maybe they've just been trading around, but the thing is, the culling game shouldn't last that long. So I'm really shocked. I'm really surprised as to why such a long time skip. Maybe it has to do with the season. Who knows? Who really knows? So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then finally, One Piece 1062. Really cool chapter. I really appreciate the Lilith, Vegapunk Lilith, being the one who's like, no, I'm going to this is a stick up. This isn't me helping you. This isn't me saving you. I just had to stop my machine because it wasn't supposed to eat people, not because I care for you. So, and then just immediately being proven to be an idiot. and like being ahead of herself, full of herself, right? Just like, I can totally stick up a Yonko crew because I have them surrounded with animatronics. You're looking at Frankie, who's like legit screaming at Vegapunk during this heist, like, yo, this is amazing. Your work is amazing. I've studied your work. And you're like, yeah, he totally has no idea how to counteract any of this. It's just like, it was a cool intro, or a cool like intro for her to understand what a Yonko crew is, but just like obvious for us because we're like, you're not. No, what? Like, how you get let go of 3 people of the crew, and then apparently that's it. They're not useless. We know this. So really funny, really funny. I also appreciate that, everyone was like speculating last week or the week before. I think last week, that I think I saw someone say something like, Sanji has been separated from this scenario or from this scene because they revealed that this is actually his mother, yada, 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 like this whole Sanji's mom thing. I'm so glad it didn't turn out to be that, because if everyone can guess that on the very first chapter, like off of like 2 panels of someone being in there and just piece that together, then I don't like that. So I'm really just glad that this is, taking a different route. Again, but everyone was speculating, because I'm going into 7 different tangents because I'm trying to keep it quick, but this is already 12 minutes long. But I just do appreciate that everyone was able to speculate, like, what possible things could Vegapunk give to the crew? What members of the crew could Vegapunk, upgrade before the final war? And then we get this twist of, no. Who has things to deal with Vegapunk? Like, who has a question for Vegapunk? And the answer is Zoro. No one saw Zoro having, something for Vegapunk. Like, maybe it's the other way around. Like, Vegapunk has a weapon for him, or like a secret to, Black Blades or something like that. I doubt he would go for, he would get that from Vegapunk. It just wouldn't make sense to me. But it's just really cool that Zoro has a question for Vegapunk. So it just helps, like, create more mystery, or not create more mystery, but just like set up a better payoff for Vegapunk when, at the end of this arc, it's like, well, I'm helping you out. Because we do have the setup now that, CP0 is coming. So it's going to give us a nice little reunion, which is like, I didn't see that coming. I don't think anyone saw the disposal of Vegapunk coming, right? Like, he's the government's ace. He just gave him the Seraphims, who would have, no one would have guessed that, they're getting rid of him now after he just like gave them a replacement for, half their military power, which is pretty cool. This part, though, shook me to my core. My heart dropped when I saw this Luffy, just going through this thing, and I was like, oh shit, he has Gear 5 activated at all times. That's scary, because now everyone else is gonna have to like scale up, right? Like, this is power creep done to a crazy level if anyone else is able to give Luffy a challenge after this. So thank goodness that wasn't the case, and it was just all holograms, because I was ready to scream, and just my mind was gonna explode with all the possibilities, for future fights if this is just him and his base at this point. So glad that it wasn't the case, but I do like that we get this backstory for Bonnie real quick. She's here. Let's not take our time, introducing her, like, getting some details about her. So this idea that she used to be on this island, she used to play on this island as a kid, and she's not connected to Kuma in like a wife and husband thing, or like a prince and princess thing. It is a daughter thing. Kuma is her dad, which is really weird to me, but cool. At least we have some confirmed connection there. And then this extra Kuma who's coming through via CP0. Looking forward to seeing, how that's going to come into play, if it'll listen to Bonnie, if it's going to be like diffused at all. If it's going to kill Vegapunk, then does Vegapunk have any power over it? Like, what? So, really cool. I do like this idea that Vegapunk is actually 6 people, or 7 people split into 6 people. This whole, everyone has already speculated that this is Nagato, but this idea that he's Nagato done right or done better or something, like, dude, we just got the idea, this idea introduced to us right now. Why the hell would anyone even think that? This is so stupid. Not at all hating on Vegapunk. I would prefer to have this idea of like splitting your consciousness done better the second time you see it. Obviously, you want to see something progress. You want to see ideas progress. I don't want to see it done worse. So, really cool. But again, I think people I saw on Twitter, again, so this is like Friday night, looking at the hashtag and just seeing people's thoughts. So these could be the dumbest takes, right? That I'm just setting myself up to see the dumbest takes. But either way, I'm going to talk about it. This idea that they all share the same consciousness is so stupid to me, because clearly they all have their different personalities. Maybe some of Vegapunk is in each of them. There's like a playfulness to him, or like he's, giving them his intelligence, obviously. But this idea that, they're all the same thing, but no, obviously not, man. So just had to get that out of the way. And then, yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say about it is I'm really looking forward to like this rematch between Zoro and Kakuzu. Kaku, sorry. His name is right there. Who's Kakuzu? Anyway, yeah, Zoro versus Kaku, Lucy versus someone. Well, Stussy, right? Yeah, I'm looking right at these names and I'm like, wait, is that his name? So, Lucci, Stussy, don't know who the hell they're gonna fight. Maybe Lucci versus Luffy rematch. Again, though, I don't want to get into the rematches too much. With, a new arc, it would be cool to see everyone display their growth since the last time we saw them fight. But again, I don't want to spend a full arc of rematches. That's just that's my opinion there. But you could say whatever you want. This could be made really cool anyway, and I could just be totally proven wrong, which I'm fine with. But yeah, I just would prefer not to go through this again. Maybe there's another twist and we fight someone else, or we get the Marines here and the Marines fight against CP0, and this is like the moment where everything comes out and Vegapunk's live streaming it to everyone. But yeah, again, I really need to see more of this. I need to see more of these machines being used and more of this world being explained, especially to Luffy, because if you explain it to the dumbest person in the crew, then we're all fine. No one can speculate wrong at that point because it is done in the clearest way possible. But yeah, really cool. Looking forward to the upgrades at the end. I don't want to get too ahead of myself and be like, wow, this arc is being set up to be the best thing in the world. I just want to, state my piece with this and be like, this looks kind of cool so far. I would like to see where it goes next, but I don't want to raise the expectations too high and be put on a compilation in about 20 chapters or so. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the chapter reviews. Just two quick announcements. I will be covering Chainsaw Man and I will be covering Bleach. I'm going to be doing Bleach in a pretty short format until the end of the season. I'll probably do like shorts for that and just give my quick takes on the episodes, which I'll probably record another video for right now after I rewatched the episode, because I didn't realize it was out until like 2 a.m. last night. So I watched it and I was like, wow, this looks amazing, but I'm beat tired. I can't analyze anything right now. So I'm gonna give it a rewatch, change my shirt, and then give it a review. And then whenever the hell Chainsaw Man decides to drop, because it's supposed to drop today, right? Like, is that not what I was told? Are these sites wrong? What's going on? So Chainsaw Man is supposed to drop at any point today. Once that happens, I'll obviously watch and give that review weekly. And then going forward, I'll just give quick short reviews of Bleach weekly as well. But I really want to save that for like the end of that season or the end of this first core, because I just learned what that word is. Get end of the first core and just be like, all right, cool. This is how it was. This is how it is compared to the manga. Give those notes. This is how I feel about it as someone who read Bleach while it was still in serialization, right? While it was still going through and went through this not anticlimactic, but just like this final manga arc that like felt like it set up so many things that didn't really meet the not the standards, but just like it dropped a lot of plot lines. So yeah, I have to go through right now, reread the chapters. I'm just giving you my game plan at this point. I'm just looking at my notes, just being like what I need to do to make sure this is a good review. But I'm saving that. Let me stop myself right there and stop this video right now because it's at 20 minutes. So yeah, my name is Weekly Shonen. I will see you very soon. I'll probably release that short later on tonight. So yeah, bye.